I'm John Beaudin. This is the start of a few shorts we're doing on the Paul Carrack series. We're revisiting it because we want to promote the fact that we've just released the entire interview that we did with Paul Carrack on our sister station, Rock History Book. There'll be links right at the top of the description of this video. For the next 5 clips coming up every 3-4 days, we're going to feature what's on that interview and we hope you enjoy it. Here's part 3 of some of the best clips from the Paul Carrack interview.
I always felt that I wanted to sing the Living Years.
Well, yeah, considering your past, I never made the connection until when I first reached out to you and I started doing more research, and I went, wow, he sang Living Years. And considering the story with your dad and Mike's dad, and when did Mike lose his dad? Was he
around that time? Because they both lost their fathers. Both Mike and B.A. Robertson both lost their fathers and had sons shortly afterwards. So it happened around that time, yeah.
Well, you must have thought of your dad when you were singing that song? You must get asked that.
Well, absolutely. But, you know, by the same token, it's not really like my relationship with my dad. That one is about unresolved stuff. And I should have said this, and I wish I'd told him that. I mean, there's a bit of that, but in my case, it was more like I knew what the loss was about, you know, what that's like. And when I sing that line, you know, on stage, I wasn't there that morning when my father passed away. Yeah, I can see it as plain as day because I wasn't there. I wasn't allowed to be. He was in hospital. You know, It's like that.
With Silent Running, that's another one of those songs. I don't know why I when I looked it up, I remember going, that's just one of those songs that stayed with me for. What was your impression of that when you first heard it?
Well, that's the first thing I did when BA took me down to the studio where they'd been working, and they had this track, you know, a very simple track, 3 chords for about 7 minutes, and the only thing they had was can you hear me running? They said, yeah, just go in and as Mike had this phrase he used to say, just go in and blues away, you know. So I went in there and did a can you hear me running, and then bluesed away for a while with nothing. No, I didn't have a lyric or anything. And they said, oh, that sounds great. And so BA went off and he wrote this weird lyric, which is like Armageddon or something, because I don't know which came first, because it finished up in a movie on Dangerous Ground, it's called. I think it's a science fiction movie or something, apocalyptic movie. So when I saw the lyric, I thought, I'm going to make this work. I'm used to "Come, baby, I love you," you know. And there's going to take the children and yourself, hide out in the cellar. Oh, my God. But anyway, we made it work.